Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It's an exciting day today. Deb Mortensen is launching her new book. Deb, I'm so proud of you. So excited. This is your second children's book. Please show everybody the book and tell them the title.
The name of my second children's book is called Not Mine.
So exciting. So exciting. Can you tell everybody what is the book about and who it's for?
Well, the book is about an experience that I often had as a classroom teacher. I taught early childhood for the majority of my teaching career. And I would see perhaps a sweatshirt on the floor or something like that. And I would say, whose sweatshirt is this? And rather than admitting it was theirs, and several times it had their names on it, they would say, "Oh, not mine, not mine." So that's where this experience came from. But it's for children ages 4 through 8. And it's about a little girl named Corey Kim. And she moves from California, where it's warm, to the Midwest, where it's cold. And she moves in the middle of the school year. And she's so worried about making friends. And so in the meantime, she makes a lot of mistakes about her belongings. And so her teacher, Miss Kind, again, another adventure from BA Friend Elementary School, her teacher, Miss Kind, is often redirecting her when she's forgetting and losing her things.
Well, it's such a fun book. And of course, we've all experienced the not mine, not mine, even with our own children. It's so funny. And like you said, half the time it's got your name on it. I love that you put that into a children's book. Deb, with this book, what is it that you hope that parents and kids will take away from it?
I hope that they'll learn that to make a friend, just be yourself. And also being responsible can be a lot of fun.
Oh, being responsible can be a lot of fun. Well, friends, you're going to have to read the book to see if that's true. Deb, this is the second children's book that you've published with us. I'm so excited. I love your first book just the same. Tell us, okay, first of all, show us your first book so everybody sees that.
It's called Not Me. And it's also
Oh,
written from an experience that I had it's often at school for kids
I
not
love that.
fessing up for their mistakes. So
Yes, not me and not mine. We've all heard it. We've all heard it. What is it? What inspired you to write this second book?
I just, after writing the first one and feeling so successful as I go in and do various school visits and library visits, I was just like, there's one more story in there. And Not Mine was the one that I also heard a lot of when kids were not admitting that those were their belongings.
I'm sure you have so many stories, so much inspiration from teaching for so many years. Um, so, how was this process different? The process for writing your second book to the first one that you wrote? Was there anything that was different?
Well, the pace was a lot faster. And also knowing the timelines that were coming was very, very helpful. I had two magnificent author coaches in Liliana, the first book, and Karen, the second book. And for them to keep me on pace, I knew what was coming and could work ahead if I needed to, or if life got in the way, I just would take a break from writing this story. But the timelines were known to me this time, so it made it a lot easier to complete it
Oh,
in the
good.
9 months.
That's good. So the first one took a little bit longer. Second time around, when you're writing your second book, you know what to expect, so you can do it a little bit faster. Were there any challenges? What would you say was the biggest challenge when writing the second book?
Well, the challenge was fun for me because the challenge was being patient. I
Oh,
knew what was coming next. And while I was waiting for my illustrator to get finished with the illustrations, oh my goodness, Carissa Harris did a fantastic job once again by bringing my humorous characters to life. But while doing those things, then I had time to do the author dedication and the bio and do some social media things that really helped to bring my story to life even further. But
that's
I just needed to be patient and wait on
yes.
all the people that were helping me along the way.
Well, there's another book for children, for all of us, patience. So please go ahead and hold Not Mine up again. I want to make sure that everybody knows this wonderful book, fun book, is available on Amazon today. So go ahead, grab a copy of Not Mine, and then might as well grab a copy of Not Me also. The children in your life will love the book. And you've got the hardcover ones that you're holding. It's also there in paperback and in ebook format. Okay, excellent. So not mine and not me. Make sure to look for those. So as you hold your second book in your hand, how does it feel having another book out in the world?
Absolutely fantastic. When I think about the kids that are going to be reading these stories, I'm just so humbled. And yeah, it's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling. I love when kids come up and say, I've read this book as my bedtime story for the last 5 nights, or I like the humorous illustrations, or I like the funny voices of Not Me and Not Mine. It just melts my heart. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking about my why the whole time and thinking the children that are going to enjoy this book, many of which I will never meet. So it's
Yes.
exciting.
So, yes. So, Deb, what is it like now for you going back into the classrooms, reading your first book? And now, obviously, you'll be reading your second book. But what's that like going from a teacher to now an author visiting a school?
It is just so much fun that anybody would be interested in my words and my experiences. Um, and I love thinking about all the books in the libraries themselves were written by someone who shared their experience and were willing to go out on a limb and share their story for all of us to enjoy.
Hmm. Yes, it takes courage. It takes courage, friends. I know that there are aspiring authors watching this interview. It takes courage, but it's so, so worth it. And Deb, I want to ask you, what advice do you have for authors thinking about writing their second book?
Well, I heard someone say thoughts become things, and I think that is so powerful. You may think your story is so trivial or it'll only apply to you, but when you hear a child or a family say, I could relate to your story, that just means everything. So just do it. And if you are stuck, if you are having a little bit of writer's block or you're having that doubt about doing it, know that in this case, the Miriam Laundry team will help you every step of the way. You don't need to be an expert on everything. You just need to get your story down on paper and be willing to accept the help along the way.
I appreciate that. Great advice. Great advice. So, for sure, today we want everybody to go to Amazon and go purchase a copy of each one of the books, not mine and not me. But besides going to Amazon, Deb, where can our viewers find you?
I have a Facebook page, debmortensenbooks.com, and it's full of teacher activities, family activities, children's coloring pages. It has pictures of where I've been for various visits. And I also am on Instagram and Facebook at Deb Mortensen Books.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to invite everybody to go follow Deb on her social media doing that. Go see how she is marketing, promoting her book. If you are a school teacher, a librarian that's looking to invite authors into your school, Deb is an excellent, excellent person to come into your school virtually or in person to speak to the children. Deb, it's been so much joy for me to see you publish your second book now. I've loved getting to know you. And before we go, is there anything else you'd like to share or anything that you wish I would have asked you?
Well, I was a music teacher for several years in my teaching career. And so I would like to give a portion of the proceeds from today's launch day sales to the Mr. Holland's Opus Foundation. They provide musical instruments for children in need who want to pursue their musical loves. So I'd like to do that today. Also, I'd like to thank my family and friends for all of their support in this journey. It's been a wonderful 23 months of writing and editing and all through the process, and now a finished copy of my book. And I'd also like to thank your team once again. From the editor, Sharon did a wonderful job of making my words just flow. to you and your encouragement and my groups 14 and 18 on supporting me every step of the way. So thank you to everyone on your team for making this possible.
Deb, thank you so much. I love that you're just a go-getter. You said in 24 months or 23 months, two books are out in the world, and you get to share that. We get to read those books and enjoy them. So, friends, you know what to do. Go follow Deb, but also go to Amazon today and grab a copy of Not Mine, and definitely look for Not Me also. Deb, it's been a pleasure. We'll see you very soon.
Thank you, Miriam. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.